Everybody, here's video part 2. Okay, so now we're going to talk about triangle similarity. Okay, so we're going to have 3 different triangle similarities. We're going to have angle, angle, side, 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 and side, angle, side. Okay, so we've actually had 2 of these 3 before. Angle, angle is a little bit different, but it's actually going to be pretty easy for us. Okay, so what's really cool about triangle similarity is if you can prove 2 angles to be congruent, then you have to have the third one to be congruent. Okay, so sorry my screen's sideways. For some reason my mouse didn't want to fix it, and I don't know how to figure it out. So, for looking at these first ones. So I'm given 2 angles, okay? So I have 75 and 74. I know I can find angle C if I do 180 minus 75 minus 74. And that actually gets us 31 degrees. So since this one's 31, I know I have a 75 here, I have a 75 here, I have a 31 here, I got a 31 here. So therefore, I know that these 2 triangles are similar. So this would be a yes. Let's see if I can write sideways. Oh man, I'm proud of myself. Yes. Alright, we'll do the same thing with this one. Do I have 2 angles that are congruent? Well, they gave me these guys right here, so that's good. But do I have a second one? Well, look right here, I have vertical angles. So if I know my vertical angles are congruent, this one is another yes, because those 2. The only other thing that it's going to ask you to do is write the triangle similarity. Because this one's sideways, I'm not going to do that. But when we get to the next page, I'll do it. So step 2 is side, side, side. So now we're going to look for all corresponding sides are proportional. Okay, so we're going to look at 2 different sides. So I'm going to look at side QP. Oh, whoa there, sport. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to look at side. Okay, so I'm going to look at QP, which is 3. Which would be proportional with 6. We'll look at 4, which would be with 8. And we'll look at 5, which would be a 10. Okay? So I'll write out all those proportions. So I have 3 over 6, which should be equal to 4 over 8, which should be equal to 5 over 10. Looking at this, all of these simplify down to 1/2. So yes, this is proportional. We'll do the same thing with the second one. Let me scroll up just a little bit. So I'll have the first one, which would be 30 and 24. Scroll down just a little bit. So I have 30 over 24. The second one, we have, let's see, we have 35 and 28. So I have equals 35 over 28. And then our last one, we have 32 and 25 equals 32 over 25. Well, I can tell you just by looking at this, if I were to put these guys in my calculator and simplify it down, they would not be the same fractions. So this is not proportional. So that would be a no. And the last one is side, angle, side similarity. If 2 corresponding sides are proportional and the included, oh, hey there, what was that again? The included side, okay? So remember, we talked about the included side before. That means that the angle has to be in between the sides. Okay, so the angle has to be in between the sides. So if 2 corresponding sides are proportional and the included angle are congruent. Okay, so that one in between has to be congruent. Okay, so I'll do, these ones will have 8 and 6. So I'll have 8 over 6, which would equal, then I'll have 20 over 15. Over 15. Let's see, that'll simplify down to 4/3. Okay, so that's good. Their included sides congruent? Yep. So these 2 are proportional. That'd be a yes. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. This one's a unique one because if you guys look here, I have triangle ADE, and then we have triangle ABC. So what's nice is they share this angle. Okay? So we've talked about what that means when they have the exact same angle. So we have that angle right there. So we know that angle A is the same for both of them. So now let's check their sides. So I'm going to do AD, which is that red one. So that would be 15 over 25, which should be equal to the right side, which would be 12 over 21. So if we simplify those down, will they be the same? Let's see, I can simplify this one down to 3 over 5. I'm sorry, we divide both, 3 over 5, we divide both sides by 5. equals, what can I simplify this one down to? Well, I can divide them both by 3, and we'll get 4 over 7. Are those the same? No. So this one is a no. They are not proportional. Okay. So let's go to the next page. So now we should be back. Okay, here. So now we're going to practice each one individually. Okay, so angle, angle. So determine if the triangles are similar by their angle. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you exactly how I want you to write these. So we'll check this one. So first things first is E on both sides here are going to be parallel, or congruent, because it's vertical angles. Now this one's a little bit harder to see, but if you guys look real closely, these guys are parallel. So that means I can pick this one. So this one and this one would be congruent to each other. So therefore, since I have two congruent angles, therefore my triangles are similar. This one would be yes. Okay, now we're going to write the triangle similarity statement. Okay, so it would be triangle CDE is similar to triangle GFE. Okay, so that's our triangle similarity statement. So that's how we're going to write all of our answers to these. It'll be like this. Alright, so number 2, let's look at the sides. Well, let's see, what's nice about this one is, again, they both share that side M. Okay, so I know that they're going to share that side M. Since I have parallel lines, I know that they're cut by a transversal, so I know that this one and this one are corresponding angles. So I know that, yes, again, this one works. So it'll be my big triangle, triangle MLN is similar to triangle MLN. To triangle, oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up. This one would also be corresponding. Sorry about that. To QPL. To QLP, I'm sorry, QLP. P. I'll do one more for you guys because I kind of messed that one up a little bit. Alright, so let's look at 3. Can I have two congruent sides? So let's see, if I did the math, I did 180 minus 90, that would give me 90. 90 minus 39 would give me 51. So I have two sides that are the same, the 51 and the 90. So yes, these are similar triangles. So I have triangle SYE is similar to triangle WCH. So that little sign in the middle is similar. Let me do number 4. Okay. So the same thing for number 4. So I do the math. I do 180 minus 68 minus 54, and I'll get 58 degrees. Well, just looking at this one has a 63. There's no 63 here. So therefore, I cannot have two congruent sides, or two congruent angles, so this one would be not similar. Okay? So I want you guys to do the rest for those ones. I only have 15 minutes for video, so I want to make sure I get through all of them. So now the last, we'll go to sides. Alright, so now, this one, we're going to take each side and we have to determine if they're similar. Okay, so I'll take each side. So I'll have my first side, which would be 9, which would be NK, which would be congruent or which would be similar to this side DE. So they have to be the same spot. So what's tough about this one is you're going to have to manipulate the figure to make sure that they're the same spot. Okay, so the next one would be 13.5. And I know that one's going to be, so NR would actually be lined up with SC, which would be 21. You just have to be careful to make sure you guys line up the right sides. And the last one would be 27 over 42. Alright, so looking at these ones, do they all simplify down? What's tough about this one is you have a fraction in here, or a decimal in there. So what I would recommend doing is putting in the graphic calculators I have, and it'll put it right into a fraction. All these would actually simplify down to 9 over 14. So this one is a yes. So triangle K and R is similar to triangle. Let me see here. Would be K and R would be DES. DES. Alright, number 8, we do the same thing. So I would do 15 over, so now what's tough about this one is I need to count this whole side, so it's 15 plus 6, so 21, which would be similar to 20 plus 8, so that would be 20, and then 28, and then 40 over 56. Simplifying all these down, let's see, you do this one by 3, you'd get 5 over 7. This one by 4, you'd get 5 over 7. This one by, let's see what that would be, 8, and you'd get 5 over 7. So that one is a check, so yes. Okay, so I'm down to my last slide here. Okay, so I'm going to skip these ones. I think you guys can do these ones. Alright, so you're just looking at all three sides. Just make sure you get the right sides. Okay, so yeah, add things up. So side, angle, side. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 examples of this one. So for side, angle, side, you need to make sure that your angle is in between the sides. Okay, so let's look at this one. So we'll do this guy and this guy. So we know those 2 angles are congruent because they're vertical. A lot of times with side, angle, side, they're going to give you that vertical angle. Alright, so now let's make sure we line up our right sides. Okay? So looking at this one, we want to do, so I know 6 is going to be with 24. So 6 over 24 is equal to 12 over 48. I simplify this down, divide each side by 6 actually. I'll get 1 over 4. This one I divide both sides by 6, or by 12, I'm sorry, I'll get 1 over 4. So that'll be check. So this one will be a yes. Okay, and then write out your triangle similarity. Okay, so triangle E, F, G. Not should be capital, but that's okay. E, F, G is similar to, let's see, would be E, R, S. Triangle E, R, S. Okay, so now let's do number 14. So now let's look at this one. We know we have vertical angles. Okay, so I know, let's see, I will know 44 will go with 27.5. So I have 44 over 27.5, which is congruent to then 40 over 25. So the problem, right off the bat, I didn't even have to do this to know this was wrong. Okay, look at where my angle is. Is it in between my 2 sides? No, that would be this one. It would be J and Y. Since it's not there, this instantly has to be a no. Okay? So, finish this page and start working on the rest. For your virtual work, you guys have 3 things to do, or 4 things to do for virtual. Is make sure you finish your packet. Okay? Make sure you finish this packet in your similar notes. And you guys have 3 assignments to do in Schoology. 7 2 similar polygons, 7 3 similar triangles, and then 7 4 similar triangles. The reason I gave you guys so much similar triangles is because that's the one thing we really struggled with on the benchmark, was doing our similarities and triangles. Okay, that was by far consistently our lowest scoring thing throughout everybody in my classes, which I expected. Okay, so I'm not upset with you guys, but that's what we need to really work on because that was by far the lowest scoring thing. We'll talk more about it when I come back. So I will hope you guys have a wonderful week. Get those things done. If you guys need anything, email me. I was going to make a live document, but I was told that that's not a good idea because I don't really have say on what you guys put on it. And it's not that I don't trust you guys. It's just if somebody puts the wrong thing, then I get in trouble. And I don't want you to get in trouble because you put the wrong thing. So just send me an email if you need any help. But other than that, have a great week. I will see you guys next Monday and Wednesday for Red Group. See you guys later. Bye.